Hello everyone, welcome back to Piston Cup Productions. Today we're going to be unboxing 2025 KC. Now the highlights of this case are of course the Rally Race Lightning McQueen and Chick Hicks 2-pack, the Megan Shifter and Masha Elswrench Fiber Fuel Team 2-pack, and the Race and Rescue Sheriff and Adam Rodriguez 2-pack. There's a couple other things in the case like Darren Ledfoot and Sage Vanderspin from Cars 1, but these are the new things that you should be interested and worried about in my opinion. Let's see. I found these at Target the other day. Very lucky. Found them, what was it, on Monday, on the 16th of June. And here we are reviewing them now. So, of course, Chick Hicks you can get as a single. Lightning McQueen, for whatever reason, are exclusive to the 2-pack format. There's no other way of getting them at all. Now, is that controversial? Kind of. Same for me as well, because I would have loved to have had that Rally McQueen as a single, especially if you purchase the Chick Hicks single. If you see the single of Chick, hold off and just wait until you find the 2-pack. That way you don't waste your money on a duplicate. As far as Masha, a bit of an oddball because she is out as a single. She's paired with Megan Shifter, who came out in 2018-19, around that ballpark. So she's back for 2025. It makes sense. It's in a crew chief format 2-pack. Not bad. I already reviewed Masha in a YouTube short, so if you'd like to go check that out, I'll link it down below. But without further ado, let's get into it and we'll go from there with the discussion. So I'm not going to unbox this one because, like I said, I reviewed Masha already as a single. I have never seen Masha locally near me. I found her while I was on vacation and that was it. So this is the first time seeing Masha in person for me at my local Target. So they do come with a stack of black tires, and that's it. No more tool carts. Why? I don't know. But it kind of sucks. It really does. Of course, you have Megan Shifter there, who appears to be the exact same from her original release. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't see anything different with that one. Same goes for Masha here. I think she's the exact same as a single. Don't see much difference there. But again, we have that horrendous artwork of JW, Taco Man crew chief, just photoshopped poorly into the Fiber Fuel crew chief, when that's just completely wrong. I mean, it's a pickup truck, and then here's like a small sedan. So I don't know how you go from this to that, but that's pretty stupid. On the back, you have the As Seen in Cars logo, Cactus, McQueen, and Mater, and the other 2-pack that's new to this case, Sage and Darren. Now, I personally want to start off with Rally Race Lightning McQueen because that is the cool one. That's the one I want. Now, I'm going to get into a bit of a topic here. For whatever reason, and it's extremely common, that's the more worrisome part, people seem to think that this McQueen is the exact same as a single one you can get. I already unboxed it in a previous video, but here, let me give you for reference idea. Why the fuck are people thinking these two are the same? This is clearly a firefighter inspired one, and then this one is a completely like race paint job. One says rescue on the freaking side doors, and then the other one has a big 95 with a gray bolt, and this one has yellow. Like, how do you mix up the two is my question. And it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's on TikTok, it's on Cars forum pages where it's supposed to be helpful to help you collect them all, and even the people in charge of those pages don't know the difference. Dude, this is common sense. How do you not see the difference? This one has a Cars 3 freaking artwork, and this one has a Cars 1 artwork. Now that's more nerdy. Yeah, you know, not everyone knows that. You can tell on the freaking artwork this is a firefighter. Look at the lights. Look at the bar on the roof. Look at the rescue thing on the freaking doors again. Look at this one. Gray wheels, yellow wheels, gray bolt, yellow bolt, nothing on the roof, something on the roof. You gotta be really stupid to think that those two are the same. Anywho, end of the little rant over. I'm gonna need this guy for comparison either way because we're not done looking at those two side by side. It would be cool if we had a 2-pack of both of those McQueen. But then I can already see people saying, oh my gosh, is it an error? There's two of the same McQueen in there. Not ready for that topic. Anywho, love the artwork. I don't believe we've had Chick Hicks and McQueen in a 2-pack before, so this is really cool to see. I'm a huge fan of how it looks. I love the artwork. It stands out on the pegs. Now I'm gonna put an image on the screen of when I found these. They were absolutely stacked. They had two 24 count cases out and a case of 2-packs. So you had 48 singles out on the pegs and a case of 12 of 2-packs. So pull all of the race and rescue stuff to the front, which is what I did to make it look pretty. And my goodness, that packaging just stands out, because the older packaging, this one right here, is getting so freaking boring and tiring. This stands out on the pegs. And after putting them all on display together, even though there was a bunch of Chick Hickses and McQueens, it still looked cool seeing the sparkly fire red background with the gold sides, and it just looked great. I know there's not a lot of fans of Race and Rescue, myself included, but I gotta give it to them. Packaging, 10 out of 10. Like, it's absolutely fantastic. Race and Rescue logo there on the corner. Cars 1 Lightning McQueen's artwork. A little bizarre seeing it next to a Cars 3 Chick Hicks artwork. And then the firefighter having the Cars 3 artwork. Bear with me now. Stay with me. So 95 logo right there on that corner, and then an 86 on that one. Very, very nice. The only thing is, just like the GRCs, the names are on the bottom where you cannot see them at all. Lightning McQueen, Rayo McQueen, Flash McQueen, Relámpago McQueen, Chick Hicks. Just Chick Hicks. But yeah, I would have loved if they put it up here. I will admit, it looks a little clean without the names there. And we know who these are. But then you get to something like this, and oh, well, who the hell is this? Don't remember him. Yeah, because he's a background character. No one cares about this guy. Ah, but we know the sheriff, at least, you know? Sheriff, Adam Rodriguez. Yeah. There's the back. There's more 2-packs coming on the way. One with Cruz and Danny. Oh, that's going to be a whole nother topic for another day, especially with that Danny swerve is. But yeah, let's go ahead and unbox this thing. Okay, so I have taken a look at Chick Hicks before in my review of the singles with Race and Rescue McQueen, Rally Chick, and Race and Rescue Mater. So if you want to go see the full details on Chick Hicks, please go ahead and do so. But let's just do a quick little overview of all the sides and how shiny and great this guy looks. I won't get over the fact that we finally have an expanded universe Chick, because it's just absolutely fantastic. A very, very awesome piece. Okay, but the main man himself, Rally Race Lightning McQueen. Oh, he's sexy. He really is. I really like how this guy looks. So let's start off with the front here. So you have the 95 there on the corner of the headlight. I have the artwork here in the background for reference. Let's see. Radiator Springs Rally Race 200 logo on the hood. Looks great. His little lightning bolts, a brand new expression. What are we thinking about that expression? Not bad. It's not terrible. Not terrible. It's different. Definitely different. Here are the sides of McQueen with the Piston Cup, Octane Gain, RPM, Revolting, and Clutch Aid logos. Of course, you have that beautiful gray bolt with the 95. My only nitpick about this, though, is that I wish it looked a little bit more like silver. And I see the attempt here of like trying to make it like light gray to dark gray towards the back. But I don't know, man. I look at the artwork and that looks a lot more reflective. Maybe it's like a silver gray, but it looks reflective and shiny. And I just wish that was here. Here it looks just very flat and grainy, as Thailand does tend to do things. And I'm just not a fan of that. The gray wheels as well, I really wish it was more silver. There's the back, Rally Race 295. And then here is the other side. Again, same complaint really. But I love that top view though. Like, this looks really, really good. I love the way that gray merges into the blue part of the spoiler, and just, it looks really good. It looks really, really good. I gotta give it to them. They did fantastic with this McQueen design. Love the gray signature. That's something different. But again, it looks very grainy in some parts. I know when I was looking at these in the store, I was like, gosh, dude, I can barely read that. Like that, yeah, we know what it says because we're hardcore Cars fans, but I couldn't read Lightning McQueen if I was a first-time buyer for this thing. Let's see. Oh, interesting to note, we have the light gray window tint, which is something completely different, because before, or for the longest time being, it's always been like this opaque, sort of darkish black gray. and the movie accurate one is the light gray. So that's really cool to see. I really, really like how that looks. It truly makes a difference. It's movie accurate, it works, it's awesome. I really applaud them for doing this, whether intentional or not. It just looks really, really good. That gray window tint is something else. But man, this McQueen, I mean, look at the poses this guy could be in. This guy just looks really, really sexy. I love how this guy looks. I love the 95 on the top. I love the front. I love the expression too. It's something different for sure. It doesn't look bad at all. It's very alive looking, if that makes sense. Overall, a very, very solid piece. And then of course on the spoiler, it is a dark blue and it says Rally Race 200. Can't wait till I have all the other rally racers to really do like a ranking sort of video, just like the GRCs, because I'm trying to find out which ones were the best. But I think it is not going to get better than this. I think these are the top rally racers of the year. Okay, setting those two off to the side, now we're going to take a look at Sheriff and Adam Rodriguez. So, Sheriff and Adam Rodriguez. So, looking at the packaging, we have a Cars 1 artwork of Sheriff, obviously photoshopped, and then this abomination of Adam. What is he doing here? Why is he here? He's a Cars 3 Piston Cup ambulance, and then he appears in On the Road again, and they labeled him as an On the Road character. So, it's extremely strange that a character from On the Road / Cars 3 is just thrown in here. We have Morgan Martins, Adam Rodriguez, Kathy Copter. All Piston Cup rescue vehicles. I don't understand why they're in this thing. Is it just like a Piston Cup event hosted in Radiator Springs? Is that what we're going for? I really need the book, man, so I can understand what these people are doing here. But Kathy Copter is a freaking helicopter from Cars 1. And this whole line seems to be centric around Cars 3, or at least post Cars 3. But then you have like the oddballs like Jeff Corvette and Kathy Copter. Is this just overstock you had laying in the back room? Because that's what it feels like. And I'm sorry this is a hot opinion or a hot take, but I mean, that's just the way I feel about this whole race and rescue. And I think that's why a lot of people dislike this, is because Radiator Springs Race and Rescue, like that's the perfect opportunity to make it Radiator Springs towny themed. We didn't get a Ramon or a Flo or a Lizzie even, just so that we can have these stupid Piston Cup officials in this subcategory. If it was a sideline that you can constantly expand upon, I think it would have been great. I think the reception would have been a lot better. Heck, cut the glow racers out and replace them with these. I think you got yourself a banger. But no, keep the glow racers around. Let's make Wingo now, and then shove these down people's throat in the main line, taking up 18 consecutive slots. Not only that, there's like 18 Lightning McQueen variants too in 2025. So that's nearly 40 cars taking up the posters of just Race and Rescue and Lightning McQueen variants. Let's go ahead and unbox these two. Okay, I'm gonna start off with Sheriff here. So let's get straight on into it. I am not a fan of the lack of chrome to start off with. If we look at the Thailand Classic one, the chrome is there, but now it's gone. And this has been a constant trend with Thailand that I've noticed. A lot of the chrome just seems to disappear. Bronze colors as well. Anything shiny basically is just not there on core items like this that absolutely need them. Like, yeah, they'll put their chrome paint and whatnot when it's like a special edition vehicle or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But Sheriff, being just a normal basic character, has it in the movies, in the shorts, everything. Why isn't it here? Why is the chrome not here? And yeah, the single one still has it, and it's from Thailand, but this is the same Thailand Sheriff from like 6 years ago. I don't know if eventually they're gonna update their Sheriff into this going forward, but I am not a fan of substituting any silver or chrome parts with this flat ugly gray. And it goes back to that McQueen from earlier, because I feel like if China was in charge of this, they would have made this a much nicer color. Race and Rescue logo on the hood, yellow and black. That looks sick. I'll give them that. Compared to the McQueen logo, different color. This one looks a lot cleaner. I really like it, but this one fits McQueen, so. I know there's a bunch of rescue logo variations, just like the GRCs, how a lot of them had red and white or blue and white. Same thing's happening here. Black and yellow, red, blue, and yellow, etc., etc. All right, so there's the side. Just as rescue there. okay, I suppose. I mean, a little better than how McQueen had it, just shoved on the freaking door. Like, we lost his number. He just tucked in the corner there. Still says sheriff, you know. You still have the white walls, at least, bare minimum. No more chrome in the center part of the wheel. Same goes for the original Thailand release. I think the China one definitely does have the chrome. Yellow trim on the wheels, that's cool. I don't mind that. That's pretty cool. He does have a different expression. I do like that. I'll give him that. I love the eyes, because here they're just looking up. It was always kind of weird. Here, a lot more character filled, per se. And then the back. Oh my goodness, what the hell is going on here? It's like all completely black sheriff, and then this random chunk of white. It just ends here. What the heck was the design choice? I don't understand this. It just looks so weird. It looks like he's wearing a diaper or some shit. Like, I just don't vibe with it. I don't like it. I don't like the yellow stripes. I feel like if maybe you would have done it all the way towards the door, kind of like Francesco in GRC format has like the 3 colors, maybe that would have worked. Maybe extending this just a little bit towards the doors, like just this one little black chunk all across here. Bring it forward, make it white and yellow, and I feel like it would have been a lot better. I don't know, like it just looks like he's wearing a piece of underwear, a diaper, or like a color changer where you just dip the butt half and then you just leave it to dry out like this. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Sheriff in race and rescue format. Like, the idea is there. I see it. I love the black and yellow. I'm just not a fan of this, the lack of chrome, but I love the expression and the yellow rim trim. So it's a very mixed bag for that one. It honestly is. Oh boy, here we go. Adam freaking Rodriguez, and we'll call it wraps there. Oh gosh. I need to pull out the Cars on the Road one. So the eyes, first off, really fucking lazy. They just flipped them over. Eyelid raised up, coming straight down. Eyelid raised down, going straight up, back down. They really just inverted the eyes and called it a day. It's not the first time they do this. They've done it with other die-casts before, other characters. Mouth seems to be about the same. Mine's just a little misprinted, it seems, on my original. The hood logo, I mean, they just slapped on the Race and Rescue logo and called it a day. Oh, look at that. The light bar is yellow instead of red now. Woohoo, look at that. So different. Still has a number 209. We've lost all the grime and dirt details that he had. That made him great before. No medical logo. Now it just says Race and Rescue. Yellow rims. Not bad. It's all right. The back half is a dark blue. Okay. Not bad. It matches with Mater. It looks kind of cool with Mater, but we'll do that little comparison in just a millisecond. The back. Oh gosh. Well, it says Race and Rescue, and here it says keep back, race, fire, and rescue. Woo! What a difference. And then there's the tops. One's a little bit more dirty because that's the whole goal. They were going with the side grime and stuff. Here it's completely clean. Blue trim. It looks like a completely different character from the back. Again, I'm saying this, man. They should have done completely new characters for this line instead of just recycling. Like, it just feels so lazy, man, and I'm not a fan of it. Here's a quick little comparison with Mater. They do match up very well. I don't know. Do you think Mater should have stayed a part of this Race and Rescue line, or should he have been just like a crew chief member or something? Well, it's up for debate, because I guess it's kind of cool that Mater is their tow truck for the rescue team. But I will say this, paired together, they look pretty swell. They really do. Mater does have the back in metal. This one is in plastic, unfortunately. But hey, that was kind of expected from the start. Last but not least, I forgot to mention on Lightning McQueen here, hole punches on the bottom for Mater to tow him. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And here's a quick little look at both of them side by side, the Rally and the Race and Rescue one. I do like the expression on the Race and Rescue one as well, but I gotta give it to that Rally one, dude. It just looks so freaking good. Now, they really capitalized off of this Lightning McQueen. This is the first time I'm pretty sure they've done 2 Lightning McQueen variants in the same expanded universe collection. Like, they really just capitalized off of this crap. That essentially wraps it off here. So let me pull out now the ones that were unboxed. Now it's time for the grand scheme of things, ranking them. And just the way they're displayed on the packaging, that's how I'm gonna rank them. First, second, third, and fourth. Let me know if you guys have found these or plan to get them, and what your thoughts are overall on the Race and Rescue line so far. Piston Cup Productions signing out, and I will see you guys next time.